Loveland has been a force to be reckoned with. He's been consistent, and he has elevated the Wolverines' offense, which is saying a lot because the quarterback play hasn't been what you would expect. As a true freshman, Loveland immediately showcased his immense potential that he had scouts buzzing. In 2022, he appeared in all 14 games, demonstrating that maturity and ready for the big time with his skill set well beyond his years. He's quickly become a more reliable target. He had 16 receptions for 235 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a crucial touchdown catch against Penn State that was highlighting his ability to not only grab the ball and snag it away, but perform under pressure. And it hinted at the fact that he would be a star in the making. In 2023, he exploded. He had 45 catches, 649 yards in an offense that, again, was not predicated on passing the ball, an extremely good running game. He has the versatility to play out wide. He can play in the slot. He has the ability to run after the catch. But more importantly, is his ability to track the ball in the air, go up and get it. That's why he was able to get into the end zone, what feels like a modest 4 times. But when you think about the Michigan offense, it makes all the sense in the world. That's why he was named first team All Big Ten. In his last season, he was able to impact the stat sheet all over the place, regardless of the fact that they had one of the worst passing attacks in all the land. The thing that you have to love about Loveland is that he hasn't even sniffed his full potential. He can still grow into his body. He still has the opportunity to get better as a pass receiver through his route running and through his ability to adjust on the fly. All of the things that he's going to be able to do in the NFL. One thing I'm looking forward to seeing is how he fills out his body and becomes a more complete football player physically while he's on the inline blocking, as well as what he does as a receiver. Sometimes the simplest plays say everything you need to know. Colston Loveland, the tight end from Michigan, nothing flashy all the time, right? But watch the way he works to get this pass. You see him up at the high point. He's able to control his body. Watch again. Matter of fact, if we come back here, we can see him working on that slot fade, the escape from the quarterback. Now he throws it up, high points the ball, right? And we can come back here and see it again. Right there, he high points the football over an outstretched defender, then turns away because he knows there are other defenders coming so that he can put the ball away, takes a shot in the back, and is able to hold on to the football. Again, you've got to love that, especially when you think about him coming from the slot fading. Quarterback needs somebody to bail him out. Boom. There he goes. Up high for the ball, pulls it away, shields the ball away, and is able to hold on to the ball even after a big hit to the lower back. And I can tell you, as someone who's played tight end, that is not enjoyable. When they hit you in the lower back like that, there is nothing fun about getting hit in that area. Loveland knew he would take a hit and yet still managed to hold on to the ball and be sure that he can bring it in. This is a guy who may not do the wild things like Warren, where he carries the ball as a running back. He may not have the overall production like a Fannin. He still has to fill out his body, but he's going to be someone who comes up with these clutch passes on third down, be a monster in the red zone and goal line, someone that I'm really looking forward to seeing in the NFL. As far as the fantasy relevance for Loveland, that's the interesting part, because they already have a tight end over there in Cole Kmet, who's pretty darn good. This probably means that Cole Kmet is on his way out. If we look at what happened with the Lions and what they did with their tight end situation when they brought in another rookie, it might be time for Cole Kmet to find another place. That being said, this is a great opportunity for Loveland because we know that Ben Johnson understands how to use a tight end in his offense, even when he has premier receivers outside. Loveland can become a really good security blanket for Caleb Williams. He's not going to have any pressure on him because they have weapons all over the place at wide receiver that are going to draw the focus of the defense. Not to mention that the defense still has to pay extra attention to Caleb Williams, who can burn them as a runner if they decide to turn their backs on him. That's going to allow Loveland to work in the gaps, find spaces to sit down, get peppered with targets on the intermediate and short routes, and be a real legitimate threat to be a top 10, possibly even top 6 tight end in this season fantasy. If you have Colston Loveland because you got him early on a dynasty, you've got to feel good about this spot for him. And if you're drafting soon, you definitely want to elevate Colston Loveland up your list, because the place that he's going has proven that they know how to get the ball into the tight end's hands. You're going to want to take advantage of that.